A disease has dealt some prairie ranchers a deadly blow.
So this pen of bulls, there's 10 in here, and this is the only cattle I have left.
Jeff Lewandowski's cattle are among 10,000 from the Jenner, Alberta area being destroyed after bovine tuberculosis was found in 6 cows from a single herd earlier this fall. The owner of that herd is Jeff's friend and neighbor, Brad Ozadchuk. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency broke the bad news to Ozadchuk in September.
It was devastating. It was the worst day of my life.
His ranch was put under quarantine and his stock was ordered removed from the food chain.
These cattle are all TB free, but because they're part of the index group, they have to be destroyed.
The CFIA would soon add about 50 ranches to the quarantine, making 26,000 cattle unable to move to market during the investigation.
And it just moved on to my neighbors and anybody that may have had contact with me. There's literally hundreds of square miles that are affected.
Lewandowski was at first optimistic about a quick timeline he was given for testing, but the order for his herd's complete destruction came before that test even happened.
So I went from cloud 9 to somebody dropping a building on me the next day.
He had been methodically building his herd for 30 years.
I mean, I just had my herd where I wanted it. I was finally at that point where, you know, I was really proud of, you know, my calves in the fall, and we were topping the market, and I mean that takes years of building. You can't just go out and replace that by another cow herd and expect to get that overnight.
Almost $17 million in government compensation is being made available.
When people on the outside are looking in, I think everybody thinks, well, that's huge, but there's 50 operations that are going to be dipping into that, and to what extent we don't know. 16.7 million doesn't go very far.
An ongoing investigation is trying to determine the source of the original infection.
I wish I knew. I would fix it in a second, but the fact of the matter is every animal that is imported or exported across our Canadian-US border is tested for TB. They're not supposed to be able to get into Canada with TB.
These ranchers don't expect to be back in business anytime soon.
I have to assume that we're not going to have any cattle in the spring. We've missed all the opportunities to buy good replacement cattle this fall. All the bull sales are now and throughout the winter. Anything that's left in the spring is probably not that good a quality. So we're just kind of assuming that we're going to be out of the cattle business for at least a year. The wood is going to have to be scraped.
Ozadchuk just hopes no more cases of bovine TB are found.
I don't want anyone to go through what I've went through, and my neighbors and the rest of the community. It's been a living hell.
But they're trying hard to have an optimistic outlook.
We're all in the same boat. We're supporting each other. We're helping each other, and we're going to get through it together.
For Post Media, I'm Lyle Aspinall.